Chapter 19. Mr. Brownlow returns and learns the truth about Oliver. The Melly had come to London to spend 2 or 3 days there. Rose had to do something quickly, but what? The next morning, after a sleepless night, she still did not know what to do. She did not tell Nancy's story to her aunt. She was afraid it would frighten the old lady. Where could she turn for help? Late in the morning, Oliver, who had been out for a walk with Giles, come home. He was very excited. I have seen Mr. Brownlow, he cried. I saw him get out of his carriage. He did not see me, but I know where he lives. Please, please, will you come with me to speak to him? Mr. Brownlow, he is the man who can advise me. He will know what to do. Thoughts rose at once. She got ready to drive with Oliver to Mr. Brownlow's house. When they reached the house, she left Oliver in the carriage. She gave her card to the servant, asking to see Mr. Brownlow on urgent business. The servant returned and asked her to follow him upstairs. He led her to a room where two gentlemen were sitting. These were Mr. Brownlow and his old friend Mr. Grimwig. Mr. Grimwig rose to leave the room, but Rose stopped him. Please stay, she said. This is a matter that concerns you two. You were both so kind to a young boy. A dear friend to mine, Oliver Twist. Ha! Exclaimed Mr. Grimwig. My dear young lady, if you can tell me anything good about him, I shall be grateful, said Mr. Brownlow. He drew his chair closer to Miss Melly's. He's a bad one, said Mr. Grimwig, a real bad one, or I will eat my hat. Oh no, cried Rose, listen to what I have to say. Then Rose told them what had happened to Oliver from the time when he had left Mr. Brownlow's house. She told them how Oliver had tried to find Mr. Brownlow but had failed. Thank God, that gentleman exclaimed when Rose had finished her story. I cannot tell you how happy you have made me. But you have not said where the boy is now. Has not he come with you? He is waiting outside in the carriage. Mr. Brownlow hurried downstairs. In a few minutes he returned with Oliver. Both of them looked very happy. There's someone else who will be happy to see Oliver, said Mr. Brownlow, who rang the bell, and Mrs. Badwin come into the room. Oliver sprang into her arms. She cried and laughed at the same time and kissed him again and again. I know he had come back, she cried. My innocent boy, my dear, dear Oliver. Mr. Brownlow left Oliver with Mrs. Badwin. He, Mr. Grimwig, and Rose went into another room. There Rose told them the story and Nancy had told the night before. The two gentlemen readily promised to help Rose. They said that they would go to Rose Hotel that evening. In the meantime, Rose was to tell Mrs. Melly and Dr. Losburn. Then that evening they would make a plan. That evening they all meet together. The key to the mystery, Mr. Brownlow said, is that man Monks. We must catch him and make him talk. We must see the girl next Sunday night. She can tell us what Monks look like and where we can find him. Till Sunday we can do nothing, but on Sunday night I will go with Miss Rose to London Bridge. We shall stay in London till Monks is found. Mrs. Melly said, who knows what the girl may tell us on Sunday night, said Mr. Brownlow hopefully.